All right, welcome to this video, everybody. I've got a really cool interview here today with another customer from the UK. We got Sarah here. Hi, Sarah.
Hello, hello.
And you have to excuse me today too. I woke up with like a little cold or allergies or something. I'm like, oh, so if I clear my throat or cough or sniffle or you know what's going on here, because we're in opposite ends of the world, kind of. You know, I just woke up and you're just kind of getting ready to head out for the night.
I'm just getting ready for my evening. I've got my bottle of wine ready to go. So yeah.
Yeah, nice, awesome. So the reason why I wanted to chat with you, Sarah, because you are, a customer of IML, and you seem to have really locked on to one of our products, a new product actually, called the Web Analyzer. And what amazes me with the Web Analyzer is, out of all the products that we have, we're seeing the most or the quickest results of a new product. Like usually a product hits and 30, 60, 90 days out, people are kind of just figuring it out, and then you start seeing the success stories coming in. I mean, literally like days after this thing dropped, we're seeing like videos and strategies from newbies, from people who had never traded before. I mean, it's like mind-boggling. So, I mean, what was your experience with it?
Well, I've joined about 6 months ago, and I first started with just the swipe trades, which is very simple and easy to do. And then I started looking at the harmonic scanner, and then they suddenly dropped this new product. And I sort of found myself as a little bit of a scalp trader anyway. I was kind of getting myself into that kind of scalp trading mode. And when this new product dropped, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. The thing that I love about it is that it is so easy, and that anybody can literally join IML, and then they can look at the web analyzer, and with like literally about 30 minutes of training, they can go in and they can make a profit. And the results that people are getting as well are just mind-blowing. There's a web analyzer group, and people are just posting results like bam, bam, bam. Look at this.
Oh, it's crazy.
It is just insane. And what I love about it is that new people that are joining are making profits within like 24 hours of joining IML, because they're using the web analyzer.
Yeah,
And
just to
it doesn't make any sense why it's working so well, because people who are in Forex and who love indicators and who, analyze the markets, none of these newbies are doing that. They are coming in and they are literally doing a market execution on a trade, whether it's a buy or a sell, placing a simple take profit or a stop loss, and then bang, they're grabbing those pips. And it's revolutionary, because it's made Forex so accessible for anybody. If nobody's got any idea about Forex, they can come in, they can start using the web analyzer, and they can literally just go for it. And then once they've got their head around that, it just shows them the power of Forex and the power of grabbing pips, and what sort of future you can have.
that's what got my attention too, because I was like I was telling you, it launched like literally just a couple weeks ago, and usually when that happens, I just kind of leave it alone, because all the products are awesome, and the ones that I like to use, which is the harmonic scanner and the education, I just stay focused there. And I was going to check in on it in 2 or 3 months and see what's going on. But that group you mentioned, I was a part of that, and I just saw these testimonials coming up, one after the other, and I'm like, did this thing just launch like a few days ago? And
they launch, with any company, they launch a new product. It does take a couple of months to settle in, for people to find their feet with it. But this is just like bang. It's like, this is working. This is now, people are making profits. They're grabbing pips. And you've got people that, have literally joined yesterday. I've had people join my team, and then the next day they're going, Sarah, look what I just did on the web analyzer. And they're sending me pictures, screenshots of profit. And I'm just like, wow. And they're like, I get it now. This is just mind-blowing. So yeah, it's just insane. It's really, really exciting.
And just to clarify too, to the people that are watching this, at the beginning here, Sarah mentioned scalping, and just to let you know, what that means. There's a few different ways to trade and to take money out of the market, right? You can either, stay in and try to ride it for as long as you think it's going to go and get, hundreds of pips, or you can do what's called scalping, which Sarah likes, and I'm starting to like it. I used to hate it, but now with this web analyzer, I'm really starting to like it. It's just going into the market and just grabbing, 5 pips, 10 pips. I'm doing a test myself with the web analyzer with a goal of just getting 20 pips a day. That's all I'm trying to do. And all this week, I got the 20 pips. All I did was 4 trades, won all 4 trades, right? And had to buy 20 pips. And once you can master a certain amount of pips, then it's just a matter of cranking up your lot size and your account size, and it's game over, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, I'll start off on demo like everybody should, and I've been experimenting with different sort of size accounts and different lot sizes, just to see what works, what doesn't work. I just get, you know, with anybody that's doing this, I would say test it. Test it with different take profits, test it with different stop losses, test it with different indicators on there, test it at different times of the day, at different markets. I mean, there's so many elements that you need to make sure that you're happy with and find the one that works for you. I mean, I've got this book here, and every day I'm writing down what I'm doing, what I won on, what I didn't win on, and it's just, it's, you know, do your own analysis of this to find what works for you. And I found that very low pip size, and so a very low take profit works for me, but a bigger stop loss, because it gives the market room to breathe. If you go in with a really short, sort of small stop loss, you know, you might get stopped out. But this is, it's just brilliant. And
yeah, and that's the part. That's the part about this too, especially being new people. If if you're watching this and you're new, or if you're experienced, because we're going to walk through this real quick. And one of the first things that's going to come up, if you're experienced, you're going to say, "Wait a minute here, the ROI is set up wrong." Usually you have a 10 pip stop and a 25 pip profit. And here it's backwards. The math is backwards. It broke the math somehow.
Scalping, when it comes to scalp trading, you're just going in and grabbing and taking out. Kind of all the rules kind of just don't really apply so much. It really is a matter of just looking at it, going in, seeing it's going to go up, grabbing them and getting out. That is the beauty of this as well, and it gives you really, really good potential, sales or buys, or what they think points are as well.
Right.
So high probability entry points, which is what every trader wants. They want those.
Exactly. And I remember I talked to the owner, the creator of it, Stephen Hooley, and and he said exactly what you just said. People struggle with entry points, so that's why he created this thing. And you couldn't get simple. I'll have you talk about how you do it real quick, but I just want to give the folks a real, just kind of, because all this can look confusing at first, right? A new person can look at this and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like Chinese, right?
I looked at this and I was like, how am I ever going to figure this out? But actually, when you break it down, it's so simple. Really
Right. It's all done for you. Like, you see all these charts and all these different things, but bottom line, guys, all you have to pay attention to is this stuff over here, right? So right now the market's closed. It's a Saturday. The market's open 5.5 days a week, 24 hours a day. Today's Saturday, so it's closed. So we're not going to get any alerts. But these are the alerts that happen, during the week. So it's real simple. The newest alert is at the top, and you're going to hear this cool little sound. It's like a cha-ching. It's like a cash register sound. It's like exactly. So it'll come up, and it tells you right here. Green means it's a buy. Red means it's a sell, right? And basically, when it comes in, you just get in. For the most part, there's different strategies, right? And so what do you do when you hear the cha-ching? What's the process you go through?
First thing I do is get very excited, and then what I do is I go over to my chart, and I like to keep it really, really simple. So I remove all of, hang on a minute, darling. I remove all of my Bollinger Bands. I remove everything on there. So just close all of that off there. I also get rid of the MACD at the bottom, because I don't really understand that so much. And what I only look at is the RSI. I find that very helpful, and the actual candles themselves, which you've got on the screen. And also, what I love to look at is the headlines for that day as well, and what's going on in the world, because that does have an effect on some trades.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I like to do. I remove those, and then literally whatever buy or sell comes in, I have a look at it, see if it's made a massive move or not, because it tells you what time it comes in as well.
Right.
So you literally put it against the time that it's come in. Because if you're going into this, a little bit later, that might have made its move, so you might have missed out on that one. Because it really is a matter of just getting in when it goes cha-ching. So I literally look at this. I normally go to the minute chart, so I like to look at it instantly, so I can see the candles moving, every second. And then what I do, if it's a buy, I go in and I use only one indicator, which is the long and the short position. So I go over there, and if it's a buy, I get a long position tool, and I drop that. That's the one, long position. I drop that where I got in. So as you can see on the grey, on the side, there's a grey. It tells you your entry price. So that will tell you where you got in. So what I do then is I open up my MetaTrader 4 on my phone.
Right.
I go to, let me just show you that. So your MetaTrader 4 on your phone. I go to that and I find the pair that they've called. So so whatever pair they've just called, I find it on my quotes, I click on it and I press trade. And then I literally do a market execution. I press buy or sell, depending on what comes up on the side. And then I sort it out. So I literally just get into the trade as soon as I can. And then I go over to my web analyzer and I put my long position on and I drag those little dots. So I drag the target, so the take profit to 4 pips.
4 pips, okay.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I found works best for me. So my take profit I drag to 4. That's it, lovely. And then my stop loss I set to 15.
15, okay.
Yeah. And then what this web analyzer does, which is so incredible, is on the side, it tells you the actual figures you will need to put into your MetaTrader 4 for your stop loss at 15 pips and your take profit at 4 pips. And then I go into the trade that I've just placed and I modify it. So I press modify and then I enter my stop loss and I enter my take profit so that I am protected because I've got my stop loss in there and it's not going to go past 15 pips for me. And then I wait and I just see what happens. And it just seems to be,
it just goes.
Ratio of wins to losses is incredible. The amount of wins you get compared to losses is brilliant. Also, I look at the RSI. If it's a sell, then obviously you've got to make sure that it's between 30 and if it's near 30 or near 70, that's a good indication that it's either going to drop or it's going to go back up.
Right. So if it's up here, it's going to drop, and if it's down here, it's going to go up.
Yeah, and that's another indication of what it's going to do, how it's going to move. So that's what I like to look at as well. And if this RSI is right in the middle, when I enter the trade about a 50, I'm sometimes a little bit like, I'm not sure if I want to get into that one. I want it to be either right at the top or right at the bottom, so it's going to go, Right. Because if that RSI is right in the middle, sometimes it can just go like this for ages and ages. Right. And yeah, I like it to just either go up or go down straight away. Yeah, so like right over here, back here, the RSI is over this 70. So if this was a signal right here, you would have got in as a sell, and then you obviously would have came away with pips there. Definitely. No problem. Same here. This RSI is a good indicator. Yeah. Okay. All right. So basically, just let me summarize it real quick. So basically, you get the cha-ching sound. You come over to the computer. If it's a buy or a sell, you get in. All right, as a buy or a sell. Yeah, I get in on my phone on my MetaTrader 4. I get in straight away, and then I go in. This on so I can get my take profit. As long as the RSI is where it needs to be, you get in. Check the news, make sure there's nothing crazy going on in the world. That's life of being a family at home, and that's what's great about it. If I can do this around this, I mean, then anybody can do this from home. It's so easy. All right, well, I've got one. I see you're busy with the family there and everything. I don't want to take your whole day here. Obviously, this is really simple. One question I get all the time is, and I don't know why they ask this so much, but does this work for UK people? Yes, yeah. It definitely does. I mean, we do get, the times that I trade is between when the kids are at school, mostly. And they are not probably the most ideal times. It's a London session, and we also get a little flag that comes up that says highly volatile session, which is another reason why I do make sure that RSI is either right at the top or right at the bottom. I make sure the news is all going the right way, because all these little things can affect it. So I do make sure, but yeah, on the London sessions, I've been absolutely fine. UK time, I trade between sort of 9 and probably about 4 o'clock. And it seems to work for me. So, there's no excuses. You can still do it if you're in the UK. Yeah, we got people from around the world using this. This is Forex is global. It can be done from anywhere on the world. And I saw some of your results. I mean, you were banging out, $100 days, it seemed, right? Yeah, I'm just insane. I mean, that to me is a full-time money. That's full-time wage for me. You know, that means I don't have to go out to work. I can work from home with my children, and I can just grab $100 a day using the web analyzer. And it takes seconds. It takes seconds for that cha-ching for you to place it and leave it. And it's a really exciting way. And you feel with the web analyzer, you've got control, because you're the one that's going in. You're the one saying how many pips you want to grab, when you want your stop loss to be. You know, you get a chance to analyze the markets yourself. So, you know, it's giving you that little bit of control as well. So it's not all taken away from you, like with the swipe trade. Sorry. Where the swipe trades give you all of the numbers.
Such a cutie.
You make your own, you know, you put your own in. Do your own analysis, do your own research, find what works for you. Just have fun with it and just do some really good scalping and grab those pips. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Sarah, thanks a lot for taking the time. It looks like you got your hands full there.
Anyway.
Thanks for coming out here. Keep crushing it. Keep cranking out those $100 days. I want to see some $200 days come out of you now. Okay, so
no working on it.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
And you. Bye-bye.
Bye.